Opposition leader Dr. Denzil Douglas on Wednesday night called on the Prime Minister to announce a date for the elections. Dr. Douglas, speaking in a live social media broadcast after Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris would have announced the dissolution of Parliament, chided Dr. Harris for announcing Parliament was dissolved a day later.
I find it absolutely disgraceful, despicable, and downright disrespectful that Dr. Harris would make his broadcast at 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening, more than 24 hours after he claimed that the dissolution became effective. This kind of sneaky and reckless behavior raises the question in the psyche of the nation. What else is Harris hiding?
He said the announcement has been long overdue as the 5-year deadline since the last general elections has been passed since February 15, 2020. He accused the government of mismanaging the public health crisis, compounded by the economic fallout expected from the COVID-19 pandemic. All this, he said, brings into serious perspective the vital need for a date for the election to be announced as soon as possible, following the dissolution of Parliament.
This COVID-19 imperative, it brings into serious perspective that vital need for a date for the election to be announced as soon as possible, following the dissolution of our Parliament. That is why our people have been disappointed, very, very disappointed, for only knowing that the Parliament has dissolved, though belatedly. Setting a date for the election as early as possible is absolutely vital in order for the relevant authorities to effectively plan for an election day scenario that makes it possible for all registered citizens to exercise their franchise and for the voting process to be conducted in keeping with the social distancing and sanitization protocols required by this particular crisis. Best practices around the world testify that in order to ensure that elections are conducted in a manner that is free, fair, and inclusive of all voters, whether they are quarantined or not, whether they are sick or not, a national plan of action must be put in place as far as possible in advance of what is to be that day. To delay the setting of a date for the election is to put lives at risk and to erect barriers to the exercise of the democratic rights of the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The former Prime Minister said the next-gen Skn Labour Party has been preparing itself over the last 5 years for this time. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. 2 days before it would have automatically been dissolved, the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis was dissolved on Tuesday, disclosed Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on Wednesday night in a national address. This paves the way for general elections, but Dr. Harris did not announce a date for the poll.
And I have yesterday advised His Excellency the Governor-General, Sir S.W. Tapley-Seaton, to dissolve the National Assembly as from Tuesday the 12th May 2020, and he has graciously consented. The next election will bring certainty to our federation, preserve our democracy, and allow us to continue to deliver a brighter future, creating employment and prosperity, building bigger homes, and keeping us safe.
The Prime Minister used the majority of his address to tout the achievements of the Team Unity administration.
Today, our economy is the best in the region. Our fiscal management of public finances has been second to none. We paid off $117 million IMF debt left by our predecessors. We have recorded surpluses and positive economic growth every year of our tenure. This successful management has allowed us to pay the public servants a double salary 4 years in succession and cater effectively to the needs of our citizens and residents during this period of global crisis. The World Justice Project Rule of Law Index has consistently placed us as #1 in the OECS. We govern with sobriety and the engagement of our citizens. The administration of justice is alive and well in our federation, and we have experienced significant advancement in this area with the appointment of a second judge to the St. Kitts Circuit and the commissioning of a state-of-the-art courtroom at Sir Lee Elmore Judicial Complex. Your Team Unity administration has governed with thoughtfulness and compassion.
With Parliament now dissolved, elections are constitutionally due by mid-August. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
In these stressful times, you need relief, a way to release your stress and care for your health. You need Serenity. Yes, Serenity Mobile Spa, where we come to your home and offer the very best in massage and spa treatment. Your health is our priority as we practice the highest hygiene procedures before, during, and after your treatment. Choose from massages to meet your physical needs, scrubs, facials, waxing, and much more. We also provide our customers a complimentary serving of refreshing local coconut water with each massage. During these restricted times, we urge our customers to stay healthy. We will come to you.
Call us at 762-0157 or 760-8899. Find us on Facebook, Serenity Mobile Spa St. Kitts, or email us at serenitymobilespa869@gmail.com.
Serenity Mobile Spa.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.
The Team Unity Coalition should have called elections earlier in the year before the COVID-19 pandemic struck. That's the view of political analyst Peter Wickham. Speaking on a recent edition of Let's Talk St. Kitts Nevis, a radio program and Voice of the Caribbean Radio, Mr. Wickham said based on the polling data he compiled and released earlier this year, Team Unity was in a strong position and could have called the elections then.
Personally, I would have called it earlier. I think I said that before. My sense is that coming out of the last budget, and you had a relatively successful Christmas campaign. You were leading in January. I would probably have pressed the button already, but it was clear that they were not ready at that point in time, and that was that. I mean, I certainly can second guess now with the benefit of hindsight and say, yeah, they should have called it earlier because this crisis happened. The problem is that I don't think that anyone knew this crisis was likely to occur. So my thing is always for an early election, if and when it is due. My sense is that the significant period for me was less the anniversary of the meeting of Parliament and more the anniversary of the last election. And I felt that that would have been an ideal opportunity, especially as they were leading at that point in time, to have called it then. But it's fairly clear that they were waiting for some stuff. The removal of the leader of the opposition from Parliament was perhaps one of those things that they were awaiting. And one could argue that the court dropped the ball, because if they had dealt with those matters in a slightly more efficient way, it would have given the Prime Minister the opportunity to have had that matter settled before he went into elections.
Mr. Wickham surmised that there are various factors now that could influence the outcome of an elections. He was unable to say if the government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic would help its chances at the poll.
My opinion, polling in St. Kitts now is quite old, and I believe that I can't really rely on any of that. I would wait to be persuaded based on polls done after this, and I think that after this, then there is a basis for saying, let's get a new reading and understanding of public opinion. So I really don't know how to read the situation. My sense is that they have not handled the issue any worse than anyone else in the Caribbean. My challenge in assessing the ability of different governments to handle the crisis effectively is that I really don't know what's the measure, what's the objective measure that we use. St. Kitts closed borders, I believe, much like other countries in the region. Barbados has not closed borders, so there may be conversations about whether that was good. We found oppositions across the region have complained where borders have not been closed, they should have been closed. Where borders have been closed, they've said it should have been closed sooner. Where assistance has been offered financially, people have said the assistance was insufficient and it didn't go far enough. Oppositions have been taking the opportunity to make good on the ability to criticize.
Meanwhile, Mr. Wickham commended the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party for effectively using social media to engage their supporters, as curfews and lockdowns are hampering the ability to host the usual political public meetings.
One of the good points about the opposition Labour Party is that they have been meeting virtually. They started virtual meetings before government started virtual meetings, and I thought that was significant. And they seem to be taking advantage of the opportunity, consistent with this whole next gen theme. So they're still keeping, the meetings alive. They're still presenting their regular conversation with the public of St. Kitts and Nevis, and that's good. That's as much mobilizing as they can do for the time being.
Elections are constitutionally due in mid-August. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. It appears the election machinery in St. Kitts and Nevis is beginning to warm up, as Parliament is now officially dissolved. There have been overtures from both sides of the political divide, signaling that the elections are nigh and may be called before they are constitutionally due in mid-August. The People's Action Movement, PAM, the largest partner in the coalition government, and the Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, are among the parties sounding the alarm early. PAM Chairman Jonel Powell told Regional News Service Carib Update on the weekend that PAM, and by extension the Team Unity Coalition, is ready to contest elections whenever they are called.
We know who our candidates are going to be. The election is upon us, and so the campaigning is certainly in full swing. Once the Prime Minister gives the notification or rings the bell, as we say, I think everything kicks into high gear, and we're certainly ready. At this point in time, we are holding 6 of the 8 seats on St. Kitts, and so we look forward to competing in those 6 seats and bringing home as many as possible, certainly 5, and we're really trying hard to get that 6th seat.
He also debunked the idea that elections would be called in August, suggesting they would be called much earlier.
There's no need to delay. I don't think that there's any situation that demands that. We are very much ready to go at this point in time, and so it is more a question of when is the most appropriate time for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, bearing in mind the coronavirus situation.
Meanwhile, the Nevis Reformation Party, which has 1 seat in the National Assembly, is confident that they will increase their margin. Former Minister in the NRP Nevis Island Administration, Hensley Daniel, speaking on Freedom Radio's Issues program recently, said people on Nevis will vote on NRP's record in government.
Our confidence is high, and it flows from our presentation of doable programs to the people. It flows from our understanding of the bread and butter issues in the country, and it flows from our understanding of our commitment and our experience in directing and ensuring that people can do better. That is what drives our confidence.
Dr. Kelvin Daly, an NRP candidate in the upcoming elections, said that the plans and programs of the NRP were superior to that of their opponents.
We are a grassroots party. We always reach out to the grassroots and we listen to them. We don't speak at them, we speak with them. And so a lot of policies are driven by what the needs are of the society, of the communities that we serve. And beyond that, people are excited by the fact that we are coming with new policies, new initiatives to develop the country. If you don't have jobs to employ people, you have no country. That's a fact. Whether the jobs are generated from foreign direct investment or locally, people need to work. People must have the dignity of work.
Skn Newsline will continue to provide stories relating to the elections as time progresses. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
Scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are Skn and Nevis Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Then portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know, but when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
Quality Diagnostic Laboratory, your newest partner in your healthcare. We offer the latest in on-island clinical laboratory testing, a comprehensive range of blood tests, urine tests, stool and other testing such as cholesterol and sugar testing, as well as hormone, kidney and liver functions, and many more. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory is located at the corner of Keon Street and Fines Avenue, opposite the Greenlands pasture. Our opening hours from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday are designed with you in mind. We are also open on Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for your further convenience. Call or contact us at 465-6657 or email us at info@qualitydiagnosticlab.com. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory. Excellence in performance.
Opposition member of the Skn Nevis National Assembly, Marcella Liebert, said the COVID-19 social assistance provided by the Social Security is illegal. Speaking on the need to find an alternative source for the $1,000 assistance package, MP Liebert said the Social Security funds were not established to provide assistance in this manner and therefore is illegal.
This is Marcella Liebert here.
Yes, Ms. Liebert.
Yes. I am one who raised the Social Security thing, and I'm going to raise it again because what the callers are saying just doesn't add up. Social Security is run by an act. It is a statutory body, and the act by Section 40 says what Social Security monies are to be spent for. It's for certain benefits like maternity benefits, sickness benefits, funeral grants, etc. Social Security can, by its act, also do investment. So it's not just Beaton Heights was done as investment, but a lot of the housing projects around here, as you know, under both governments, money from Social Security, but that is an investment side of Social Security. The benefit side specifically says what you can spend Social Security money for. And income support, which is what they're doing now, is not one of them. All we are saying is, look, don't break the law. Because this government is famous for breaking the law and everything. Don't break the law because they're breaking the law. We have a government who says they have surplus after surplus after surplus. So we're not saying the money should not be paid. The money should be paid for all these people who are out of their jobs. But it shouldn't be Social Security money. It must be money from the Treasury or from some other government source, because what they're doing is in breach of the Social Security Act, which specifically says what Social Security money is to be spent for when it comes to benefits. And this is not one of them. So don't let's confuse the issues. The money should be paid. As a matter of fact, when we had the financial crisis and the hotels were about to lay off over 100 workers, the Labour government paid money to the Marriott to keep those people on from the SIDF, not from Social Security, because you can't do that. From the SIDF, and this government has access to all sorts of funds. We have hurricane funds, we have sustainable development funds, and the Prime Minister says we're full of surpluses. So why break the law?
When Skn Newsline submitted its question on this matter to the daily briefing at the National Emergency Operations Center, the Attorney General responded on the matter. Attorney General Vincent Byron did not address the illegality of the assistance package, but said the funds were specially set aside and that the government stands by it.
It has been specially set aside by the Social Security and is one that has the support of the federal government. It is what is needed at this time to help our citizens who are in need. And the federal government stands behind this program, which we are proud to assist our citizens with as they have some hardship to cope with the COVID-19 virus. Thank you very much.
From the last count available, over 2,000 persons had applied for the assistance. Glenn Bart, Skn Newsline.
On the occasion of International Nurses Day Tuesday, Minister of State in the Ministry of Health, Wendy Phipps, announced a retroactive pay increase for nurses during the NEOC press conference. Meanwhile, Junior Minister of Health in the Nevis Island Administration, Hazel Brandy Williams, urged the public to continue showing love and support for the island's nurses
may have
during
recalled that
this
in my
health
own
crisis.
defense of the budgetary allocation to the Federal Ministry of Health, I would have announced that after careful consideration, the 2020 budget was inclusive of an increase in salaries and wages for nurses. I would have also announced at that time that the total amount of funds earmarked for the pay raise under personal emoluments and wages in the budget document was EC $1,141,587. I am advised that this budgeted increase in pay should be reflected in the salaries and wages of nurses from this month. The Federal Cabinet has also committed to continuing its engagement with the leadership of the nursing fraternity, the Nurses and Midwives Council, and the HRD in order to bring settlement to the aforementioned concerns of the nursing fraternity and nursing practice in general.
The minister was keen to point out the contribution of nurses, especially during the current global health crisis.
The Federal Cabinet and the Federal Ministry of Health are quite cognizant of the fact that this year's observance of International Nurses Day will be vastly different from celebrations of previous years. As can be expected, this is due to the preoccupation of the Federation and the rest of the world for that matter in responding to the formidable threats to life, liberty, public health, and public safety as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, in spite of these setbacks, the Cabinet feels that now more than ever is an ideal opportunity to celebrate our nurses here and elsewhere for their selfless service, their care, and their personal sacrifice in addressing the needs of our hurting and fractured world. The Cabinet takes this moment to salute all of our nurses, be they practicing in the public or private sectors. We remember at this time our retired nurses who have long blazed a trail for younger generations to follow and have laid a solid foundation for the advancements in public health that we take for granted today.
Meanwhile, Junior Minister of Health in the Nevis Island Administration, Hazel Brandy Williams, urged the public to continue showing love and support for the island's nurses during this health crisis.
During this public health crisis, nurses play and continue to play a critical role in managing and mitigating the spread of the disease. Our nurses remain on the front line of this response. They have seen the reality of this infectious disease and the global loss of life, yet they continue to deliver compassionate and competent care. Our nurses have taken the time to provide us with useful information to remain safe during this pandemic. Let us continue to show love and support for our nurses while they maneuver during this challenging time.
The theme for this year's International Nurses Day was Nurses, a Voice to Lead, Nursing the World to Health. Audrey Huey, Skn Newsline.
You care about what goes on your skin. You care about the ingredients, organic and natural products. We have Rituals brand, Victoria's Secret, and much more. Discover the collection of prestige natural beauty. There are too many chemicals. Time to change. Go to Lucky's Duty Free at King's Pavilion Hotel on Bay Road, Bastia. Treat yourself as a princess. Also, Bath and Body Works coming soon. Check us out on Facebook. Open hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 466-7059. Lucky's Duty Free. Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.